They didn't reason their way into being a Nazi.
Nope.
He said yes.
That's why you don't reason them out of it. That's why you don't talk to them. That's why you don't let them sit down. You didn't get convinced by logic and reason and rationality to think that you're going to elect an autocrat and he's just going to automatically choose to be on your side and everything. It's just a shame because so many of the people who act as though they're so, like, they're actually not racist. We actually don't condone that. That's so not cool. Are the ones who never give a fuck actually when it hits the fan. The ones who are like, we should be killing all these predators and these Democrats are doing all this bullshit. When it came out that he's in the Epstein files, we just don't give a fuck. You niggas will literally talk a big game and not stand on the principles because you niggas are indicative of the problem. If you are the racist one, it's very easy to be like, I don't like racism, but also I'm not the racist one. And I feel like the thing that the whole Hulk Hogan situation, Aiden Ross, Neon, the same group of niggas, academics who've kind of perpetuated this underground background shit, which is why we're wondering how Nazis could ever exist. How the fuck during Germany could someone
giving them niggas
do that XYZ?
Not checking their comments and nothing.
Like, this is why I said we need to study quarantine, because y'all don't understand what we've been laughing at and okaying with this whole decade, and we're wondering why younger people are more towards Trump somehow. And this is the reason why. And it reminded me of Jubilee, because Jubilee's been in the news.
This our doom.
This is our doom.
Doom of the day.
Doom of the day.
Doom of the day. So Jubilee's been in the news recently, right? And I decided I wanted to craft like a whole thing about this, going back to like just proving the point of a lot of this radicalization happened during quarantine, and there's a lot of shit that we have to like stop letting pass. So when I was learning this shit during quarantine, it was like maybe 2021, I had debated somebody. Right, and I debated him about Kyle Rittenhouse. His name's KaiClips, and at the time, I didn't know. It's funny.
That was the time.
So at the time, I didn't know who he was. But KaiClips is pretty much like Nick Fuentes version 2. He's one of them ones. He's one of them like Nazi types. He has like 10K on Instagram, and there's the last time you'll ever get. Yeah, now, mind you, this was like years ago.
That's a fall off of hell.
He didn't start.
Yeah, you didn't even start.
I see me pick back up. Where'd I leave it at? You didn't even get that bitch on.
What did I miss?
What did I miss?
Before we continue, in my free time, I like to go through Joshua's like
old videos,
and I like to click on the people that he fucked up.
Yeah,
nigga. Every time I click on. Page gone. It's like a graveyard of niggas.
It actually is, but past a certain point. So KaiClips was one of them ones where I debated him on Kyle Rittenhouse right after. Everyone should know who Kyle Rittenhouse is. It's the nigga who went to Wisconsin and killed some people or whatever. And then he got off with it.
AR, you know.
Yeah,
casually
as you do.
So I remember at that time the online right was up in a frenzy because they were trying to get in this technical battle about whether or not it was illegally crossed XYZ, and it made a lot of Nazis come out the woodwork because they were like, we get to finally defend this white person who killed some people at this B11 thing. So KaiClips comes out and he debated me, and I remember the only thing I remember from that debate was I wasn't as prepared as I wanted to be. And he said nigga. So let's
say nigga.
Let's play the clip, the first clip. This is the TikTok that I made about that situation. This was also the chat. Monkey emojis.
Chat, monkey emojis in the entire chat. I remember.
So yes, I've experienced it.
That was legitimate footage from the chat of a debate that I had recently. While I was aware it was happening at the time, I wasn't aware to the extent at which it was happening. Oh yeah, not to mention this also happened.
That he was going to kill him if he was alone. Do you believe that there was a reason for Rosenbaum to say, and
so
I, quote,
do you
to other people in the group?
Whoa, okay, hold on. Okay, I understand that it was a quote, but
well, yeah, and
first,
if you hold
on. I understand. Yeah, and I had a problem. Okay, well, first of all, I had a problem when Rosenbaum said it. Second of all, because you're quoting him, I also have a problem with you saying it too. So let's get that straight. First, secondly, when it comes to
a guy that you're defending, though,
I'm not defending. At what point did I defend Rosenbaum? Or did I? No. Did I defend Rosenbaum?
It's funny because it comes so full.
Did I defend Rosenbaum, or did I say that the likelihood that Kyle might have started the aggression could deny his claim to self-defense? Which one of those did I say? Now that we got that out the way, I'm about to eat through your shit. The first thing I'm gonna do is defend you a little bit. I understand that in that second clip it was a quote, which is exactly why I said such at that moment. But not only does a white person who is now fucking dead not justify you saying it on live, you look doubly stupid when you realize that it had nothing to do with him being shot or Kyle's self-defense claim. Which means you made the conscious choice to employ the genius rhetorical strategy of saying a racial slur for no discernible reason. And while that was supremely stupid and I took issue with it initially, I kinda did let it slide. When my chat becomes this, and this, I realized, no, this is a you problem. And in your defense, you did apologize privately. But if your political positions, your ideology, and the ideas you push for are leading your fans to believe that that's an okay thing to do in the chat of a black person because I'm debating one and I have a disagreement with them, I couldn't give less of a blue fuck about how bad you feel about it. But I will give you this one, you're unhinged. And your fan base is unhinged. Now, you don't gotta give a damn what I say, but just know shit like this is exactly why I want to see ideologies like yours laughed into irrelevance. Whether or not you personally see or address this video doesn't really matter to me. You'll probably end up misconstruing what I'm saying here, twisting it 78 ways to Sunday, which go watch the full debate if you want to see more of that. But as public figures, we give people the right to view how we conduct ourselves, you know? Our debate's public information. Your use of that word is public information. Those comments are public information. Your apology was private, but that's besides the point. But you know, I thought I'd show them. Now, I do respect you for jumping in the debate ring with me because it takes a lot to get out there and defend your ideas. That's about it. Use this video for introspection.
Yeah.
And where is he at now?
I was gonna say, wait.
Where is he at now?
I ain't gonna lie. Gang, we at the gym. We might have to go get that nigga.
So I debated him, and one of the things that I found profound about the end of the video was that whole thing about it being public information. You chose to use that word. He did apologize. I screenshotted the apology because he tried to do some bullshit where he was like, yeah, I heard about what the chat was saying. I feel bad.
Heard about it,
and I was like, and I remember responding to him. Let me bring up the response because chances are if he sees this, he's going to want to try to get some clout. So I'm going to bring up the response. I said,
he makes videos?
Yeah, he still makes videos because we're gonna get into it. So I put he was like, sorry about
give it up, get a CD.
He said to me, sorry about the put the fries in a fucking bag.
Put the fries in a fucking bag.
He said, sorry about the chat too, man. I saw some of what they were saying and it wasn't good. I know you probably have got tough skin about it, but you kinda have to in order to do politics these days, but I still feel bad they were so disrespectful. I said I have tough skin, but
you gotta have tough skin when we're calling you slurs.
Yeah.
I get it,
And
man.
when I say nigga.
Yeah. It's just inevitable.
Just deal with it,
inevitable.
buddy.
Yeah,
I said I have tough skin, but you should know that if you cultivate an audience who responds to a disagreement like that, you need to second check what message they take from you. The apology is appreciated, but there's no need to check on me. Check your messaging and your content. And the reason why
Did he ever respond to that?
I don't think so.
Of course not.
And the reason why I say that is because all of that shit is public information. The fact that he used the N-word, that it did XYZ, cool, right? And this is shit that was happening on these online chat rooms, especially during 2020 when everybody was on their computer. And you run into this conversation that we've been kind of teasing around this entire time where it comes to the paradox of free speech. I do believe that people should have the freedom to say pretty much everything unless they're hurting somebody, XYZ. But the problem is, when do you have to defend people's right to free speech by canceling out certain things that like people shouldn't be saying?
Especially
like if you allow,
with, 200 years of
if you allow hate speech, right? Yeah, you have everyone has the freedom to say anything, but in practice, that freedom is exercised by white people to lock up niggas. That's the problem. That's why there's limits to things like freedom of speech, and that's why it's always a paradox. Because yes, you do have to limit certain speech to make sure everyone has the maximum amount of free speech.
Yeah, especially in a country that was built off everybody not having the same exact fucking.
Yes,
I mean, look at
we were humans and shit.
Like
Come on,
exactly.
I mean, if you're still look at like everything we've talked about this whole episode. That is the direct effect of free speech. That's my no. There needs to be regulation limitations to that.
Not literally speaking, of course, but 70% of America thinks that free speech is calling me or is dehumanizing everybody on this couch, then it probably should not be an ideology that we're like, free speech. No, because it's not inclusive to everybody.
And I think that that's one of the things that like your free speech suppresses my speech. If I live in a world that's not going to socially persecute anybody for calling me the hard ER, then what speech do I have? My speech runs all the way up until the Klansman.
It's just
until the Klansman.
Until a nigga with the right political beliefs
gets mad enough and
I'm done for.
Exactly.
Because there's no protection under that.
For real is, bro, you hide behind that. It's because it's a ridiculous justification for what you want to say.
So,
be racist.
speaking of ridiculous justifications for what you want to say, so this comes back full circle because the other day I saw that Mehdi Hassan went on Jubilee. And we've teased Jubilee this entire time because we're gonna get into. I'm gonna get into what ends up happening. But Kai makes an appearance. Imagine my fucking shock. What? I watched.
Wait, that was
Jubilee.
Kai?
Yes, I watched the Jubilee episode.
God. I didn't even know.
Mehdi Hassan recently appeared on Jubilee, which is a YouTube channel that hosts like debates where they'll be like, they'll do surrounded. They'll have one person sit in the middle, they'll have 20 people with a political ideology, then they'll debate and make clips off it. I watched the fucking video and KaiClips pops up on Jubilee. Now, let's begin with how the Jubilee episode went. Because we're talking about these dumbass ideologies that have been brewing in the background through niggas like Aiden Ross, Andrew Tate, academics and everything. And we see that, no, it did not in fact get laughed into irrelevance. We're on Jubilee. I've been on Jubilee. We're on the same level. That bitch ass nigga has 10K followers. Let's go to the first clip of what happened when Mehdi Hassan sat down.
Is that him right now?
No. This is the first Nazi nigga who got fired from his job after this appearance. Apparently, they said that Connor. They said that he got fired. He said he got fired after, but there were reports that said he got fired for something else and is trying to make it seem like that, and then he raised money anyway. I don't know what the fuck the truth is. I don't care. He's a Nazi. Go fuck himself.
I watched the whole hour and 50 of this, and I had no idea it was KaiClips.
Before we get to him,
that is crazy.
So Mehdi Hassan is a very respected journalist. He's British American, I believe. He's also Indian as well, and he's one of my favorite people to see. He's very I admire what he does because he's always really on it, and he's a strong advocate. He sat down with 20 what he assumed were far right conservatives. And this is pretty much how the entire conversation went, which is where we are today as a result of leaving this shit unchecked.
How would Connor's America look? What would it look like?
Well, quite frankly, I think we would deport people who shouldn't be here.
No, I didn't ask about deporting. What does the government look like?
What does the government look like?
Yeah.
I would say, quite frankly, it's under a sort of benevolent leader, such as
Where does he
Franco.
come from?
It could be a kind of aristocratic class. Could be someone
Who picks the autocrat?
Frankly, the people. I mean, we could hold a vote on it. Kings were
Isn't that democracy?
Well, sure. You can have a vote to get to that stage.
And then no more votes afterwards?
Absolutely.
100%.
Wow. And if
You
that
can just see his brain.
watch your family, you're fine with that?
Well, I'm not going to be a part of the group that he kills because that's the whole thing.
How do you know?
Carl Schmitt
Autocrats tend to kill everyone,
Carl
even their own
Schmitt makes this
supporters.
point very well in his work. It's the friend-enemy distinction,
Carl Schmitt, the Nazi theoretician.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't care.
Are you a fan of the Nazis?
I frankly don't care being called a Nazi at all.
I didn't say that. I didn't actually say that. I said, are you a fan of the Nazis?
Well, they persecuted the church a little bit. I'm not a fan of that. But
what about the persecution of the Jews?
Well, I mean, I certainly don't support anyone's human dignity being assaulted. I'm a Catholic.
But you don't condemn Nazi persecution of the Jews?
I think that there was a little bit of persecution and stuff like
that,
that, which is
rename
bad.
this show because you're a little bit more than a far-right Republican.
Hey, what can I say?
I think you can say, I'm a fascist.
Yeah, I am.
Applause.
Absolutely.
I'm just checking who's clapping just to get my set of where everyone is on this.
That's where that's what the episode was. If you take nothing away from that episode, that was the episode. That nigga just sat down in front of Mehdi Hassan in this Democratic debate forum. We're just trying to get both sides. And he said, yeah, I think that we should have one election and then we elect a supreme leader chosen by God and then no other elections after that. And then he said, well, what if he kills you? What are you going to fight against? He's not going to kill me. Leopards won't eat my face.
You know what it is?
They didn't reason their position. They didn't reason their way into being a Nazi.
Nope.
He said yes.
That's why you don't reason them out of it. That's why you don't talk to them. That's why you don't let them sit down. You didn't get convinced by logic and reason and rationality to think that you're going to elect an autocrat and he's just going to automatically choose to be on your side and everything.
All of it's
you dumb fuck.
anyways.
Yeah. He's a sad, sorry ass nigga who sat on 4chan in them chat rooms during quarantine thinking he hot shit, just like KaiClips. And now that ideology is on Jubilee.
Mind you, KaiClips
and
gets
it's a
mentioned.
whole circle of those.
KaiClips gets mentioned in this by Mehdi Hassan, and it's even like Kai's one of the better ones. Like, the
that's
whole
the game.
discourse on the entire thing was like, oh, Kai's one of the better ones.
That's the whole game because they take people like him who can sit down and be like, yeah, I'm a fascist, huh? That's the game plan. You just take the Nazism and you put a smile on it.
Yeah.
You make these people sound dressed
edgy.
up, reasonable, smooth hair and everything, and they're saying the dumbest, most illogical shit possible. So I include some screenshots about what happened after he said he got fired, which, I mean, fuck this nigga, I don't really care. We don't gotta look at them. I hope he never gets into the job anywhere ever again. Okay. But if we go to the next clip that gets played, I forget which one this is, the next one. My name is Connor, I was recently...
Yeah, this is the
So this is a clip with KaiClips, the one that I debated a few years ago. Mind you, I've been on Jubilee before. So I know how they do this selection process. I got in the call with people. They were asking me all the questions because I had tried to be, let me start from the beginning. I tried to get on Jubilee for years. Yeah. I signed up for the newsletter. I signed up for the email, whatever. I was always trying to get on there because I was in my debate bag. So I wanted to get out there, see what I can do. They never had me. When you fill out a Jubilee form, they let you link like your social media account. At this point, I'd been applying to be on Jubilee since I had like 700K followers on TikTok. We're at this point. They didn't let me on that bitch until last summer. And then I was debating whether or not we should use social media.
Yeah.
Right?
That's all it was. It wasn't no crazy.
So I think afterwards I probably got reached out to be on one of the surrounding things, but I declined because at this point it's like, okay, what the fuck are we doing? And I know that you have to at least have one brief call that you're talking about. I had to get like a connect who like put them on with my stuff and they're like, oh yeah, you should get him on here. You went in the doldrums and you found KaiClips.
KaiClips? He has 10K?
I've been on that same program and he said nigga to me, to my face.
And you put him there. Y'all know what y'all
What are we doing? We're losing the fucking plot.
What's crazy? I gotta pull up the stream. I watched like some of the clips and I watched the entire thing on my own time, but I watched some of the clips on stream. And I'm watching the Kai nigga, and I'm like, I don't know why, but I'm watching this nigga, and I'm like, bro, I'm telling Chad I don't fuck with this nigga. I'm like, this nigga thinks he's so fucking smart. This nigga
That's so funny. Yeah. And you want to know what's funny?
No idea.
Oh my God, we gotta engage with the ideas. Let's engage with the idea real quick. Let's see what bullshit he also said.
But you can't bring yourself to say so. We've been sitting here for several minutes. All of your friends have seen me ask you several times, do you agree that Donald Trump is defying the 1st, 4th, 5th, 14th, and possibly 22nd Amendments? Your colleague at least admitted that he's defying the First Amendment.
I understand that you came in here. What you are attempting to do is simply frame this conversation like you did with the first claim about Donald Trump. But then when anybody asks you any kind of question that presses you to the least degree
I answered. I said I would dismantle the Constitution, but I would do it constitutionally, not by executive order.
So what I'm trying to get to is to prove to everybody who's watching that what you care about is not the Constitution in what it represents or creates. You care about the Constitution only insofar as it allows you to achieve your political worldview. We agree on that.
No, I care about the Constitution because I don't think presidents should be fascist dictators and violate the Constitution. That's what I'm saying.
You care.
And he is different. I don't think the president should have the power to lock you and me up if we write an op-ed that he doesn't like.
So
first of all, Mehdi, thank you so much.
Mehdi, I was gonna say I've seen so many people talk about it. No disrespect to Mehdi. If there was anybody who I'd want to endure that and who would do the best job, it's probably Mehdi.
Mehdi, for sure.
But let's engage with the idea. Basically, the bullshit ass argument he's trying to make is that, and this is like a new argument that we're getting from like these fascist types, is that the Constitution, people who defend the Constitution and say that all the shit that Trump's doing is unconstitutional, only care about the Constitution to try to benefit their goals. And we agree. The Nazis also only care about the Constitution to benefit their goals, which is why we can do unconstitutional shit and violate the Constitution, because we only care about it. The problem is, you don't know what the Constitution is, because if you knew what the Constitution is, then that means, yeah, I don't like an amendment. That means that we have to try to amend the Constitution, which includes input from like 38 states, like 3/4 of the fucking Congress, there has to be majority like agreement, right? On what is happening in the Constitution. You can't just say one day we have the 14th Amendment, you're born here. The next day you're not born here and you're not a citizen. You can't just do that. You have to have a process by which you do that. So if I didn't like how the Second Amendment was written, right? That I could make the argument, I could get together with some organizations, put together the legal argument, try to get some reform in the Second Amendment. That's what that is. That's the difference between a nigga like me and a nigga like him. Because yeah, I do think that the Constitution should serve the people. But you've decided with your one strong man, your one autocrat, that it's not serving the people. So I'm going to say otherwise. Going over the head of the entire founding of the country. That's the problem.
I want to add to that, and it's the general issue with the video itself. In a sense of, especially right now, people like that are dead wrong. Like you just said, like, bro, that's not right to
I don't
just
think
take
that there's
away from
and the thing is
someone.
the thing is that oh, I'm sorry.
What I was saying was, everyone knows this. So why is Jubilee platforming these people and then
clicks
posing
and
it as,
views, gang.
oh no, it's just a conversation? No, I've seen
fucking
clips
views.
of that, and these niggas were talking about you shouldn't be here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
I was gonna
not
say
a conversation.
we haven't even
And
talked
he
about.
said-
We haven't.
and
We haven't.
mind you,
what
Mehdi said
happened,
it's
bro.
it was way more.
worse.
Oh,
that
wait,
they
wait,
didn't
wait,
put in the
wait,
video.
wait! It was way worse. Scroll down on that picture right there.
That one?
Yes, that one right there. You see what that shirt is? That nigga. That's the white woman who called the black kid the
That's
N-word.
Yes. That's the
white
black
woman
kid.
holding the white
I mean,
baby in the
Y'all
Yeah, that
platforming
we-
these niggas.
Bro,
That's
They
Because you
found
want
them.
bread.
Y'all
that
waiting
is crazy. Niggas made a shirt of her. She called a child the N-word.
and they
multiple
raised her
times.
700K.
Raised her 700K.
And then
This
he
nigga
put on
wearing
a shirt and y'all put him on that show.
And you see the shirt with your own fuck vetting.
What-
You're
exact-
looking at it.
Kai tries to make the argument in the middle of this. He's like, oh, y'all say that you're for free. He makes the free speech paradox thing that I was talking about. Y'all say you're all for free speech, but you just said you wouldn't talk to other bro because he's a fascist. What political statement do I have to respect? What political opinion I have to respect of a nigga wearing a shirt who called a kid the N-word? Let's really put it on paper. What policy positions are we arguing? What political discussion are we arguing? What nuances are we discussing?
That's not, no.
She walked to a park, called someone the N-word, he put on a shirt. What am I nuance discussing with?
And
No,
you're smiling,
nobody.
wearing it
Or a
proud.
nigga that looked me dead in my face and said, you shouldn't be here.
Yes. A nigga looked Mehdi
what
in
we're
his face
platforming.
during this.
Multiple
just because he
niggas.
got mad
It was
and was
two,
like,
right?
oh, you
It was more because he said
They cut it out.
when they was cutting it out. He said it was much more crazy shit. They said he couldn't even say it because he was under NDA.
Yes.
Yes.
NDA.
NDA. Can't even fucking say what
They
were
cut
saying.
out
You-
everything
yes.
that nigga said. I don't think the nigga with the shirt spoke in the episode.
Yeah,
And he
but
was
he
like,
said-
yeah, he was like a racist.
He said it. Mehdi said on an interview with I think like the Bulwark or some shit like that. He said everybody spoke. Everybody came up there.
Yeah.
We only saw a few people come
Yeah.
up there.
'Cause
my
it was
nigga.
that bad.
Ball,
Yeah,
it was
that
that
We're
bad.
in the doldrums of the internet
He
finding
said-
KaiClips.
He said the people that
and
were
that nigga.
He said
Nigga,
the people that were
dig
there.
down to fight that nigga, bro.
He said the people that were there, including his security, stuff like that. It was that bad to where when they were leaving, they was like, it was almost remnant of like they walked into a Klan rally. That's how bad it was.
Bro, do you know what Jubilee came
they should have
from?
Jubilee
Niggas
like boxing matches.
They should have Jubilee nationalized.
Jubilee came from of like,
Fucking public forum. Give me your fucking company. What are we doing?
you know what
Nuts.
this
It should be
started off? You know, we were watching fucking challenges on this shit when it really started
Yeah.
off. People having their first kiss.
Yeah.
People talking with their ex. Now we got a whole bunch of Nazis.
It turned
in a
into
room.
Jubilee wanted to do a conversation about eugenics.
What are we talking
What
about?
the fuck are y'all talking
What?
about?
Or what are we
so
talking
we
about?
One
reached-
Christian
so-
versus 50
so-
gay people? What the fuck are we talking about? This is
They had
Adult
Michael
Swim.
Knowles against 50 gay people. Michael Knowles is a nigga who
Another
played.
nigga you debated.
Another nigga that I debated who like played. I'm pretty sure he played like a gay role in a movie one time, and just sits down and waffles anti-gay
Waffles.
shit against
Daily
people who
Wire
are
waffle.
gay.
Bro.
What
I'm
is
supposed to
the
argue
point?
my
Wire
humanity to
waffler.
you.
Like, what is the point
Like,
of that conversation?
I feel like we've lost the
was no
plot.
point.
Yes, understanding that these people out there exist is one thing, but I know that they're out there, and I hate these people. That's why I don't talk to them. Yeah, you can have your 4chan message board. I'd rather you have that than be on fucking Jubilee expecting me to take you serious.
That was a lot of
Why are
people.
we not treating these people like how they're supposed to be treated?
Reject.
Nobody on that episode. There were maybe one person who was like, yeah, I don't think that Trump should have deported Mahmoud Khalil or something because that violates the Constitution. And they immediately threw their flags up. Nobody in that room is serious. Nobody in that room should have their opinion respected. Nobody in that room is bouted. And I'm not gonna say shit to nobody in that room in a debate sense, cause you're too fucking stupid.
And do you want to
like
know
I
what?
actually I don't know what else to say
No,
to you.
that's
What's
the
so
easiest one.
bad about it? They know they're not serious.
They know they're not
know
serious.
it.
They know they're stupid.
It boils
They know-
down to I just don't like the minorities. That's
Yo.
just what it always
Literally
boils
what-
down to.
the perfect video,
Weak-willed,
right?
Weak wrist shit.
The perfect video for Jubilee would have been he sat down with all those Nazis, right? As soon as they talk, they go on mute.
Doesn't matter.
Or the perfect
I
video
would've-
would have been like, hey, this dude is starting to talk about a fascist dictator that killed hundreds of thousands. This dude started to talk about I don't care about being a Nazi.
So we're leaving it on mute.
So we're
until
going
he's
to
done.
remove you from this episode.
I would have rather seen 100 niggas versus a gorilla on Jubilee.
Yeah.
I'd rather see the niggas face getting fucking ripped off than watch that shit.
Yeah, real shit.
real shit.
Hey,
In
bro,
conclusion,
I
in
can't,
conclusion,
bro.
Them niggas need to be muted.
This is the biggest like point. This is the biggest point that I thought about last night when I was like thinking about this. I'm like, okay, bro. This is why people say that capitalism like leads to shit like authoritarianism, like fascism and everything, because the profit incentive goes too far unchecked, and when the certain people control that money and they want to give you a reason to be mad at all types of shit or whatever, they'll do whatever. They'll say whatever. Niggas eating cats and dogs, all type of shit, right? The thing that I want niggas to take away, people like Drewski, people like Kai Cenat, people who are niggas or people who are minorities who are going to be feeling the brunt or who already are feeling the brunt, is that ha he let me get my money, not speak on anything, results in KaiClips.
Yeah.
Regardless of whether or not you want to think, I'm just laughing, having a good time. Check what you're doing that for. We laugh and we have a good time too, but we don't enable Nazis.
You don't.
If Ye is inspiring Nazis to come on your live stream and you can't strongly condemn Nazism, what do you think that helps?
You know what that does for a nigga like Kai? Gets his platform up to those same Nazis that support.
I'm sorry. No. We have a sitting Congress member who remember Al Green, the one who's actually been trying to impeach and do all types of shit. He was like he needed to take a drug test.
Yeah.
And him and other members of Congress like Al Green, but not Jasmine Crockett's, all types of need to take a drug test. Let's see if they'll put. He didn't get there because we blinked one day after Obama and it was oh my God, now racism's back. No, it was a gradual decline that makes it more and more okay for the right to move further and further to the right, regardless of what the fuck they do. And yes, Kai Cenat, and yes, Drewski, and yes, fucking academics, and yes, Aiden Ross. You contributed to that because it made you a bag. I'm so sorry.
It's like, bro,
I'm so sorry.
That's like the thing that irritates
now
me.
tell yourself you don't care about that.
We talk about the shit, even the shit with FaZe that's happening right now with Silky and them and all of them niggas. All of that shit, with Wendy Ortiz, all of the shit that's going on with them and that
it goes
entire
back
situation goes back to it.
It goes back to the Sydney Sweeney thing too. There's a reason why shit like that is okay nowadays.
You've created
fucking get your head out your ass and understand where we are right now.
You gotta really understand that this entertainment industry is filled with majority of those racist people that just like to see us sing and dance and say ha ha, don't really dive down into shit.
If you really put it on paper.
When you go through that and you're actually in the industry and you make videos and you start to see all those comments about that weird shit, you don't just blow that off. You gotta address that shit, bro.
I'm so tired.
You gotta address that shit, or it's gonna fester into something that
you never see the
control.
value in why you need to address it if you focus.
Don't.
I
mean,
I'm so tired of niggas with fame and money always running from your consequence. Bro, it doesn't matter.
And you want
to know what the problem is because y'all niggas got the game fucked up. And I'll finish with this: the one thing that you should learn from this Trump administration is that you actually do have a lot more leeway to stand up and do some shit, and nothing will actually happen to you. Make something happen to you then.
Fuck them sponsorships, nigga. Say something.
All these celebrities, you're big enough. And this nigga Trump started as a celebrity and then got elected and has said whatever, and you niggas are holding your tongue. You know the paradigm's fucked up when we're talking about we gotta rebrand the name socialism, and these niggas have open fascists getting elected. Stop acting like you don't have the motion that you do. You niggas always have motion when it comes to the Bentley, when it comes to the bag, when it comes to the Balenciaga, but you never have motion when it comes to that.
Fuck them brands, nigga. Say something.
That shit with Tone, these niggas was like, oh, Target came to us first. Stop bullshit.
You had a choice.
What are we talking about?
You know what happens?
Millionaires.
You know what happens if Kai Cenat and AMP says no to Target?
Everybody
they make millions this year.
They make millions, and guess what? Someone else comes and picks it.
Walmart or someone says, "Hey, I ain't gonna lie, we need you over here." Boom. They can, if anything, they'll media circuit the other way and say, "Well, Kai Cenat and AMP decline offer from Target and take another offer here," and boom, you've made another million.
Dude, and this
shut the fuck up.
Or Walmart could hit up Kai Cenat and be like, "Yeah, we want you here," and then you'd be like, "All right, I'm only gonna work with y'all."
That's what I'm saying.
Could you imagine?
It would flip in that exact way. The same thing with Silky. Silky sat there and you perpetuate. You have an audience, right? And you perpetuate these ideals throughout your audience. Back to the shit with academics and the whole grooming shit. Silky dumbass was sitting there. Oh, I ain't gonna lie, bro. It's just how niggas are. It's just how niggas are. It's just how niggas be. Okay, cool.
That's that cancer that's gonna kill us.
Now you get to another situation with Wendy Ortiz, and now niggas is calling this woman. Niggas is calling this nigga a torta. Niggas is calling this girl a torta because she had a pregnancy. And then you have niggas on your stream saying shit like, oh yeah, she gonna get fucked. She gonna get that. Yeah, this how you get here.
Yeah.
Because months and months and months of allowing niggas in your chat to say whatever the fuck you want to say.
these niggas be developing cancers for themselves.
Yes,
for themselves.
Then you sit here at Silky and cry and say, I don't know why it's all these people on my back, bro. Just let me be me, bro.
Forgive me for not believing that it's not it's not a stretch to think that like if you don't understand the concept of woman might have a little skin loose after giving birth to kid, that like you would then also say that like Angel Reese is a monkey. Like maybe it's not that because it's not like you're thinking logically.
That hard to get.
If you were thinking logically, then you'd understand that like pregnancies happen.
Yeah, it's not
but
that
we're
hard
not
to
even
get
there.
bro.
That's why you're in hell right now.
You just said something
literally.
perfect about the cancer shit. Going back to the tone thing, you genuinely, the reason why you picked that Target deal, because we're talking about the biggest streamer in the world, and you're in a house with some of the biggest streamers in the world, and y'all saw that price tag, y'all chose no alternatives and made a cancer for yourself, and y'all was like, you know what, let's do this Target shit, knowing damn well everything that could have happened. This whole episode, we've been talking about, I'm not perfect, but this whole episode, we've been talking about so many alternatives that these niggas could fucking take to actually make
we don't
something.
have it like you niggas.
Nope.
No.
We don't have the bread.
Oh my God, Act got more money than us, guys.
Oh no!
Clap.
And
You
what are
stand
you
for
doing
nothing,
with
nigga.
it?
Fuck out of here, bro.
What are we talking about?
And you know what it is? It's not hard, gang.
It's
especially
not.
when you got the bread.
Especially when you
not
have
hard.
resources.
You can pay a nigga to think
flexing
this
that.
shit through. If you're that fucking stupid, you can pay a nigga to think for you.
These
That's
niggas
how much
got-
money.
But no,
Niggas got
but the-
PR
but
managers
the one
to
thing you're gonna
fucking
think about
Walgreens,
is
nigga. Like
bullshit.
the only thing in your mind is flexing that Urus and taking that. These niggas Target that don't like niggas.
Niggas pussy.
Bro, y'all have so much resource
pussy.
and connection
Is that-
to find. So
it
y'all got
doesn't-
Travis fucking Hunter as an ambassador.
The thing is, it doesn't matter on an individual.
No.
For all y'all who preach individualism, you know, hyper individual, it doesn't matter individually as long as I'm getting my money, as though your actions don't have consequences.
Shit Gilly just said.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter, bro.
There's something.
that individualism shit.
That
what it
that
is,
thought
bro. It's
trap
fucking
killing
It's
us.
gonna kill. Like
Killing
y'all are
us.
bullshit.
And bro, you have. I don't care. All
That's
of
what's
y'all.
allowed. That's what's allowed content creators in general to detach from their fan base because they're making money. They don't have to care about what the kids are thinking. They don't have to care about their influence. They don't have to care about what they're putting into the world because I'm making money. And at the end of the day, I'm just getting my bag. You can either watch it or you watch it. If you don't fuck with me, you don't gotta watch it. You don't even understand what the fuck you're doing.
Because if shit hit the fan, that money is still not protected.
Because
Not protecting
you know what
you.
it be, bro?
At the end of the day, these niggas built your weak ass up.
These niggas don't keep themselves in fucking line or check.
Hell no.
So the point you get there and you're so out of touch to the point Target has said they don't want niggas. And you're like, you know what? How about an all nigga household?
How the fuck
There's
am I supposed to believe that you partnering with Target is not political? Given
what are we talking
Thank you
about?
guys for
Ulta, there's
Yeah,
so many
wait,
places.
hold on.
So many other
Sephora,
places.
there's
But
so many places to do skincare brand through, and you did
and
Target.
knowing them too, it's like I don't really think Target's the only people that hit them.
No,
Doechii,
fuck no.
Doechii is one of the biggest black woman artists out there. Your dumbass thought it was a good idea to laugh at what she was
Kai
saying.
hasn't
and say,
even
why
had
are we
Doechii
making
on
it
stream
political?
yet.
Y'all niggas are pawns.
Kai ain't had Doechii on stream yet,
that's
gang.
criminal, by the way.
Y'all got all that bread. Go get that. Go get that
That's
fucking.
the thing is that it's never.
Yeah.
It's always not political, and that precludes you from even like being able to think one iota. Because you would have someone like a Doechii on your stream.
I thought he was the hip hop mogul, the hip hop fucking.
No.
He ain't even had Doechii on his stream yet. He hasn't had Kendrick on his stream
she's
yet.
won a Grammy.
Different places.
Because you
we
know
know
where it
those
is?
lines.
Aiden Ross.
Yeah, exactly.
Ross,
We know
that's
those
what-
lines.
Different
Niggas-
side of the
Niggas not going
We
over
are
there.
on a
Yeah.
different side of the internet now because we had to make this in response to that bullshit.
On my mama. Real
Go get,
shit.
bro, all that money bound
yeah.
jewelry. Get that studded dog collar, nigga. Get them niggas walk.
As
Arf,
written,
nigga.
As
in
written.
conclusion,
Nigga. Wait till we get.
these people are pussy, and also
I think every episode ends with these
and also
niggas
we
pussy.
need to start
It does.
treating these like ideologies like the threats that they are. Thank you for watching this long. If you haven't already, subscribe. What is you doing?
What is you doing?
What are you doing? You think we just sitting here doing it for nothing?
You think you finna sit here and not
Need
shit?
to
Like,
eat. I know you're not subscribed. Click it.
cool.